Hi, this is Michael Thompson from Zoe, and I want to welcome you to the Wednesday Morning Rescue. This is our weekly audio encouragement offered through Zoe's daily orientation. What you are about to listen to is an excerpt from the Men's Heart of a Warrior Conference or the Zoe Women's Deepening Weekend Retreat. It is our hope that your heart finds strength, beauty, and courage for the life God has called you to live in the larger story. It was C.S. Lewis who once wrote, "Relying on God has to begin all over again every day, as if nothing had yet been done." It is our prayer that this devotional brings an orientation to your heart, settling you and equipping you to play your part well in the great love story set in the midst of the fierce battle. Today, may you experience the love of God, learning how to walk with Him and live free. We live in an environment and in a story that if we're not very well oriented, just look around. What has happened to most men is partly because we've lost our bearings, we've lost our orientation. So I want to walk you through a map that we've created, and it's in Search and Rescue, and we'll provide you. And you remember maps? Just back to when there was, when we had glove compartments that actually could hold gloves, umbrellas, napkins, small trash cans, glove compartments. I mean, they just opened up in those big cars that we grew up in my generation. And we had a Ford LTD. It was huge. And big glove compartment, no airbag, I'm sure, there. But you almost had to get out of your seat to reach to the glove department when you're a little guy. We'd sit up on the armrests. Better than a seatbelt was your dad's forearm. Boom. And in the back seat, this was not a 4-door. This was a 2-door. But I'm not kidding. The doors were that long. You could open up that door and it'd make that awful, reeky squeak. Yes. And my brothers and I could get in the back seat without lifting up that little lever latch. You guys know those? That's maps. That's the generation of maps. When you'd get them out, we could put those maps out, look at them. My brothers and I would find out where we were. That's what a map's good for, right? Where are we? Where are we going? Helping us with at least a 2-dimensional look at what's ahead for us. So we're going to look a little bit at a map. And I want to suggest that this map is a depiction of this environment that we live in that is this intersection, if you will, between two realms. Two realms, the spiritual and the physical realm. We live at the intersection of that. Now, for a lot of my life, I used to believe when it came to the spiritual realm, it was like Shrek, far, far away. It was somewhere else. It was stars. It was, distance. But what does the Scriptures invite us? How do the Scriptures invite us to understand where the spiritual realm is? Yes, we're in it. It's in us. We're spiritual beings on a journey. You can't get any closer to it. So there's two realms that we live in, and the Scriptures are very clear about these two realms. And they contrast them and they connect them over and over and over again. Right? Matthew 6:19, do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, thieves break in and steal, but rather lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. You guys know Matthew 6:33? Seek ye first the kingdom of God. Where's that? Right here. And then Colossians 3:1, set your mind on things above, not on the things of the earth. This is why when Jesus is talking to people about eyes to see and ears to hear and hearts to, is he talking to deaf and blind people? It depends on what realm you want to emphasize, isn't it? The majority of them physically could see and hear. He's wanting them to engage spiritually. He's wanting them to see the truths of the kingdom, and we'll get to that in a minute. Ephesians 6 is the armor, the spiritual battle. Philippians 3:20 is citizenship. If you haven't done this ever, I'm just going to invite you. It's been a little while since I've done it, a couple years, but if you've ever seen a citizenship ceremony, by our country, people who come in, go through the process, and then take their oath. Think about that. What are they doing? They're leaving behind an old life. They're renouncing where they were born, how they were born, what they were born into, their citizenship, and they enter into a place where there's freedom, a better life. And you watch a YouTube video of that, and you will see people as they make their pledge. It is tears, it is happiness, they are now U.S. citizens with all of its privileges and responsibilities. Philippians 3:20, it talks about we no longer are citizens of the kingdom of darkness. He has brought us into the kingdom of light. And in the physical realm, right, we know the scriptures talk about all these things, money and marriage and relationships, but it talks about them from a platform that we're to view from, that we're to see from, a vantage point, spiritually awake, spiritually alive. Thank you for listening to this week's Wednesday Morning Rescue, a part of Zoe's Daily Orientation. To sign up for the Daily Orientation, explore more information on Zoe's weekend retreats, or to order the book, The Heart of a Warrior, go to our website at www.zoe.org. That's www.zoweh.org.